Good evening. Welcome to the Vernon Township Supervisors meeting for October 1st, 2020. Start our meeting with a prayer and a salute to the flag. Supervisor Snyder, lead us in prayer, please.
Bless us as we gather today for this meeting. Guide our minds and hearts so that we will work for the good of our community and help all your people. Teach us to be generous in our outlook, courageous in face of difficulty, and wise in our decisions. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please, Lori.
Maloney,
Here.
Snyder,
here.
Wagner,
Here.
Smith, Sierra,
Present.
Okay. This time open the floor to citizen comment. We'll move right on to approval of the minutes. Approval of the minutes for the September 3rd, 2020 regular meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion?
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Thank you. Finances. Motion to direct the treasurer to issue checks for the approved vouchers due for payment.
So move.
Second.
Motion, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Thank you. Any correspondence, Lori?
how about approving the payroll, please?
Yeah, we missed
Oh, I'm sorry. Moving right along. Motion to ratify payroll for the employees from August 30th, 2020 through September 26th, 2020, and the supervisor's pay.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Thank you. Correspondence, Lori?
I have no correspondence at this time.
Okay, thank you. I move right along. Police report. Chief Detzel.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good evening, everyone. What I'm going to read tonight is a report of the Vernon Township Police Department for the month of September 2020. We received a total number of calls for the month of 146, bringing our yearly total to 1,467 calls so far. We had 15 motor vehicle accidents. We had 3 traffic stops for violations. We issued 3 warnings. We had 2 instances where we had non-traffic citations issued. We assisted 1 citizen with a non-traffic situation. We had 2 ordinance violations and 2 citations for ordinance violations were issued. We had 9 court hearings in the month of September across the street at District Court with Judge Lincoln Zillhaber, and we had 1 at Court of Common Pleas. 8 of them were traffic, 1 was for, 8 were criminal, 1 was traffic. And we traveled a total of 2,146 miles on patrol in September. A couple things I'd like to mention for the month is, again, the kids are still out, the weather's still good. At the end of the month, we've got Halloween coming up. Just kind of watch your kids playing and so on and so forth. I always want to watch for that. Again, scams are doing well. People are still trying to call up with crazy things, everything from police asking for donations to IRS scams. And again, folks, anybody has any questions, if the caller is being legitimate with what they're asking, call our office. We're more than glad to check into it for you, and we'd be happy to let you know. And that's basically my report for the night.
Thank you, Chief. Any questions for the Chief?
Yeah, I wanted to, how'd the drone call work out? I haven't seen that too often on here. 1 drone call?
Yeah, and what it was is actually, it's one we're kind of looking into because a neighbor had one, a citizen had one, and was flying it, and another neighbor was concerned about the legalities of flying it up over their property. And to be honest with you, we're still researching that a little.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a new one for us.
Yeah, that's what I said. I kind of
Yes,
stuck
so
out
we're doing
there.
some research there.
Anybody else? Any other questions?
The roundabout, I've noticed that people are a lot better at it than they were.
Yes.
There's still people that get on that roundabout, they come to the next intersection, and they stop to let the other people cut, and they should be doing that. And other people are very aggressive on 322, so I'm running through this and see if they can catch me.
There you go.
But, have you had any, reports?
We've had some fender benders there, but nothing serious. I mean, we've had some, of course, damage to the vehicles, which today, with today's vehicles and the way the repairs are, it's costly. But I'm happy to report we haven't had anyone seriously injured, so that's a good thing.
Well, car parts can be replaced, body parts come a little bit dearer.
That's true.
But I've still noticed that when traffic is heavy, that's a tough place to navigate. When the traffic's heavy. As long as the traffic is moderate or low, I never have a problem.
No.
But I guess just live with it.
Well, it's a learning curve for everybody, and I
Yeah.
think that for the most part, it's worked out pretty well. I mean,
Some
it is
people
what-
only drive once a week or once every other week though, so they're not used to it.
That's true.
So, okay.
Were any of those crashes serious enough that they had to be towed?
Couple of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have one or two. Most of them are drivable, but there has been a couple that needed towed. Yeah. So,
Okay, thank you, Chief.
oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Next, road report, Ludwig Zarembinski, Roadmaster.
Thank you, Chairman Maloney. Good evening, Supervisors. For the month of September, we checked roads after wind and rainstorms on the 8th, the 14th, the 21st, and the 30th. Cleaned up a lot of limbs and a couple dead trees, one on Williams, one on West Vernon Road. Ditch cleaning was done on South Watson Run, Dunham, Stevens Drive, and Mullen Road. Installed new driveway pipes, one on Stevens Drive for Hassenkoff's, Mullen Road for Ullman, and Brown Hill Road for Maloney. Repaired sinkholes at Brooks Road and the Armstrong Road catch basin. We had to re-cement the pipes there. The catch basin is starting to crack on us. The berm rehab and ditch bank repair was done on Dunham. The power outage on 9/4, we installed 4 temporary stop signs at McDonald's and Walmart traffic lights. Replaced amber caution light bulb westbound with the bucket truck. Repaired the low berm on Reynolds Road. Helped Salisbury spray patch, and then they in turn helped us, they brought their paver over and we spot paved over the South Watson Run cross pipe. We mowed berms, boom mowed brush at intersections behind guide rails, and the driver exam center again. Installed flex line painting markers on North Watson Run and painted center marks on Middle Road in preparation to get the lines painted. Repaired signs on Dunham Road. There's a road name sign on Dunham. PA Avenue is a 10-ton and 35-mile-an-hour signs. And we picked up some steel, made a new brine tank frame for truck 20. Scott and Bob did a great job fabricating a new frame for that. Proud of them. Our equipment maintenance, truck 5, new power steering line and hydraulic brake booster. The John Deere 5085 Tiger mower, new mower skids. The John Deere boom mower, new blades. JC Baco had picked up an electrical resistor for the lights. All-in highway services from New York installed new guide rail on Pennsylvania Avenue near Dunkin' Donuts, and installed used guide rail on Kennedy Hill on both sides of the road there by the curve closest to the Union Township line. Great job. I think everything looks good there. Great safety improvement. So that's all I have, sir.
Great. Any questions on the road report? Which light was that you said to replace amber caution light
The westbound lane on at Walmart.
at Walmart? Was that a long power outage?
It wasn't supposed to be, but it ended up being. When I talked to Penelope that night, they said they'd only be about an hour and 40 minutes, so we kind of decided to just put the stop signs up, and it ended up being most of the night. So,
Oh, that was at night then?
yeah, that was a Friday
Okay.
night.
Yeah, there was a car crash down by,
Mary's U-Haul?
102 and PA Avenue, wiped out power, most of 322, and it was out from 6 o'clock until 5 o'clock in the morning. So it was,
Oh, wow.
it was quite,
It was pretty, a lot of upset people.
yeah, it was a dark Friday night at my house.
Was that the only light that was out there?
Just the two, McDonald's and Walmart.
Oh,
They had electric down there at the P Avenue and Little I and Giant Eagle.
Roundabout came in handy that night.
Yeah.
what about the Armstrong Road light? Was that?
No,
I'd just like to thank Lud and pass it on to the other people on the road crew. You guys do a whale of a job.
Thanks.
I mean, you do a fantastic job for what few people we have. I'm really proud to have you guys on board. Excellent.
All right, great, thank you. No other questions then? Okay. Admin zoning report, Robert Horvath.
Good evening, everyone. Hard to believe it's October already, but here we are. First, wanted to update you on some zoning. Over the past few weeks, I've been working with some developers over some potential projects that hopefully we'll see come to fruition next year, which will be nice because this year with COVID and whatnot, kind of saw a drop off as far as our commercial developments went. Residentially, we've been fairly steady. We've added a few new homes to the township this year, and I've been to talk with some residents. There's a few other ones that are in the works. Administratively, the past month, I've been busy preparing the preliminary 2021 budget for the township. I've met with all the department heads to review how their spending's been so far through 2020, which I'm happy to say has been great so far. No major issues there. And go over anticipated expenses for 2021. Like we discussed last night, unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to plan on some effects of COVID-19 carrying on into 2021. So we're gonna have to take that into account for our income. However, the measures we took this past spring have been minimized impact so far, allowing us to plan for another productive year in the township. We have several road projects in the preliminary budget, as well as equipment purchases. Finally, tonight, the board will be passing two resolutions. The first is in regard to the Crawford County's municipal aid program funded through the County Relief Block Grant Program. Through the first submission, we were awarded $17,259.04. This is for expenses through the end of August. We are currently working on a second submission that is due at the end of the month. This resolution authorized me to act as the township's representative with respect to the application and to provide any additional information that may be required. The second resolution authorizes the signatures and submission of the fiscal year 2020 Community Development Block Grant. This grant, as previously discussed, is for an allocation of $109,321 and will go towards the repavement of the Roach Park Walking Trail, as well as a creation of a dog park at Roach Park. And that's my report for tonight.
Any questions for Rob? The dog park, that'll be pretty nice.
Yeah, we've had a fair amount of requests for that. A lot of people, unfortunately, well, it's fine to do it, but sometimes it makes a little bit of a mess. They kind of use the basketball court as an area to let their dogs off leash. And as long as they clean up after themselves, it's fine. Otherwise, there can be some issues when you're trying to play basketball.
Right, yeah, it's not always. Okay. Thank you, Rob.
Yep.
No other questions? With that, have a motion to approve Resolution 2020-10, authorization to approve and execute Coronavirus Relief Fund governmental recipient agreement.
I'll make that motion.
Motion?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? All right, thank you, Rob. Engineers report, Ashley Porter, engineer.
Evening, Supervisors. As Rob mentioned, we did have some projects canceled this year due to the COVID. They are on the table still. We're seeing if we can get them started in the spring of next year. There are some large developments that might commence construction this fall and winter, but will carry into the upcoming year. And the inquiry for development has picked up in the last couple of months, and it's better than it has for a while. So, although you don't see a lot going on out there right now, we're optimistic that we'll pick it back up pace next year. That's all I have for this evening.
Any questions for Ashley? Smucker's project is,
Smucker's project's on track to hopefully start bidding the the construction at the end of October for potentially construction through the winter, and we're hoping to conclude that work. That'd be the full unloading, so you improved rail mid-next year. So again, that's a project that has approximately $3.5 million investment and will convert 4,000 truckloads a year from the township roadways to rail.
Yeah, that's huge. It really
No,
is.
substantial project.
Thank you, Ashley. Solicitor's report, Jeff Millen, solicitor.
Good evening, supervisors. Nothing really new to report, just I've been working with Rob to finish up the intergovernmental cooperation agreement, which you're due to approve tonight. And other than that, everything's been going pretty smoothly, which is good news.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions for Jeff? No. So new business, motion to approve resolution 2020-11, the 2020 CDBG grant application.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Old business, motion to approve trick or treat for Saturday, October 31st, 2020, 6 PM to 7:30 PM.
We'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor?
Gonna have it on Halloween.
We're gonna have it on Halloween, yeah. Unfortunately, that's because of not a parade,
Right.
which is always a,
Isn't that a
Great
full
parade.
moon too? Somebody said that was a full moon also?
Yeah.
I don't know, that's scary,
Yeah.
so. Motion to approve intergovernmental cooperation agreement for the shared services.
I'll make that motion.
Motion
Second.
and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Okay. All those Rob went over in his report, so we're aware of that.
I just wanted to say, I think, Rob kind of steered that together, put that together, and I think he did a real good job bringing in the other area townships and such in the city, and I think it's a real good idea that he had. And, I kind of sat in on the meeting that he had initially with the different townships that were here, and it's a great thing to see how everybody gets along so well and willing to step up and compare notes and to do this. I think it could be something that, they could use in a different situation too, other than just the COVID. And it's great to see townships get along like that, unlike our government right now. I've got to say, but.
Yeah, after the,
So, kudos to you, Rob, good job.
Well, this is a local level where people come knock at your door.
Yeah.
A little bit different.
Yeah.
all right, that brings us around to our upcoming meetings. Hard to believe this is October already, but the weather's actually showing it. Next will be November 4th, it will be Supervisors Work Session at 7:30 PM, and November 5th, Supervisors Regular Meeting at 7:30. So with that, we'll have Supervisors comment. We'll start with you, Fritz.
Just a couple of things, just compliments out to Westbury. I mean, I think we all have to agree that what they've done down there at the bottom of the hill is just every day you go by there, it seems like they're putting more trim and things like that on the board, or the building, and it's really shaping up to be a nice compliment to our area. Trick or treat night, as we said, is the 31st. We haven't had it on Saturday for forever, I think, because of the Halloween parade. And everybody be careful and on that night. Kids will be out running around the neighborhoods. And the other thing is we're starting the budget season, and it's hard to believe, like Rob said, that we'll be sitting here this time next year. It's November, and wow,
Yeah.
How could the year go so quick?
Really.
Yeah, and that's all.
Thank you, Fritz. Gary?
Everybody be safe driving. Like the chief said, the kids are still out playing, and it gets dark earlier, and have a great Halloween. You know, to have it on a Saturday is gonna be a new thing for this area, so just have a good time.
Thank you, Gary. Joe?
I think I just want to remind people how much goes on behind the scenes that they don't see, and thank everybody in the room for their cooperation. Have a safe and happy Halloween, and with November comes the election time, so I want to remind people how important it is to come out and vote.
Thank you.
Very true.
I'd like to thank the Tribune and Armstrong for being here tonight, and everybody's asking, to be careful when you're driving. Also, pedestrians at night, try to wear light clothing. I left here last night, and there were people walking down 19 with dark clothes on, and I saw them, and it was fine, but it's, especially when it's raining and stuff, just wear reflective would be great, or at least lighter clothing. And I'd also like to wish Gary Wagner a happy birthday today. With that, ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Meeting adjourned.